Am I overreacting and should get over this easier? I'm 31. He's 35. We've been together almost 3 years, married just over 6 months with a 10-month-old. We have had some issues within the relationship, but mostly our fights arguments are superficial stuff that we tend to get over quickly. Since having the baby, some fights last longer, and our intimate life fell stagnant. Before the baby we were intimate quite regularly, and even if we weren't having sex, we would still cuddle, kiss, hold hands, etc. often. This led to us arguing more due to me complaining about the lack of sex and wondering what was the cause. I was advised our fights were the issue. Understandable. But I also feel as though the colder you are, and longer, the less the relationship has a chance to remain strong due to the stupid little fights. He doesn't agree. Okay, that's fine. We find out we're pregnant with baby number 2, and not at all planned. He's excited. I'm nervous. Finances have been an issue for us this past year. Nonetheless, I let myself get excited. Not even a month later, just earlier this month, I got a weird gut feeling and went through his phone. I have permission to do so, as he knows from past I have trauma. I have not gone through his phone in a long time. I saw he was on OnlyFans, some girl's subscription page. He didn't pay for anything. I confront him on this, and originally his answer is, I don't have an OnlyFans. I have no clue why that's on my history. I then tell him I was able to log into an account of his and see he does in fact have one, and that he has one girl favorited, none he is following or paying for. But I am confused on how he ended up on a particular girl's subscription page. His response, I don't remember, but you know I would never pay for something like that. Which I replied, and is that why you didn't look more? Because you would have had to pay, not because you know how I feel about it. He then said he doesn't remember how he ended up on it, but that he knew it was wrong, and that is why he backed out of it. Mind you, it had been 8 days since the day he was on IT. How would he not remember how? I then asked what the reason for looking elsewhere like that was where. As I considered that to be emotionally cheating, it's far too personal to me, similar to watching cam girls and the like. I have no judgment on those girls, just don't want my husband choosing that over generic pornos. He said he didn't have a reason, and that he was sorry. 2 days later, I get a weird feeling and go through his Insta Reels. Cuss, something had to be triggering the fast about time. The page he went on, right, and every singe video was of a girl, barely dressed, or her boobs, or even some vagina, showing, and they almost all looked barely legal. Like 18-year-olds shaking their boobies around. One girl in particular looked like she couldn't be out of high school yet. The page he ended up on was a young-looking cosplay account, so it didn't surprise me to see those. But it did disgust me, and I was shocked it was every video. The weird thing, his Explore page is all Pokemon and anime, not a single naked chick. So IDK, what to think there? He said he doesn't watch Reels from there but from the Explore page, so he doesn't know why it was all videos like that. And when I say all of them, I mean every single one. No matter how many I clicked not interested in, I decided to try to work things through with him, seeing as we already have a child and another one on the way, and we used to be so good together. But lately, I'm wondering if I'm being dumb. Like I know he has to be looking up at something on his phone to trigger those kinds of videos. And an of girl. The real reason I'm needing help, though, is tonight. We were hanging out, and I asked him what he wanted to do, and he said, you. To which I laughed, and said, no, really, what do you want to do? And again he said, I mean it. I want you, and he came closer and grabbed me by my upper thighs hips. We were sitting down. He ended up running to the store for something. And when he came back, he started falling asleep. Something that hurt my feelings a bit. Cuss. I was thinking he was going to come home and we were getting it on. He woke up a bit later and asked me what was wrong, and I didn't want to talk about it, but he could tell my demeanor what it probably was about. He said, what did I say to make you think I wanted to have sex with you? In a very rude tone, almost like theft. I can't believe you would have thought that kinda tone. I was hurt and told him what he said and what I thought, to which he replied, look, we've had sex every night. We had sex last night and Sunday per his initiation, and we just started working on our relationship 3 weeks ago from the thing. We've had sex 8-10 times since then. He then proceeded to tell me grabbing me there and saying that wasn't sexual, and he just meant he wanted me as a person. But sometimes he does mean he wants me sexually. I guess I'm supposed to be better at guessing which time is what. Am I overreacting in that I feel like my 35-year-old husband is playing high school games? He used to be so different towards me, to the point where people said he worshipped me like a goddess. He tells me things change when you have a child and are in a relationship, and it's normal not to show love the same way forever. It hasn't even been 3 years. Sorry for the long post, I've needed to vent. Obviously, ow.